If you think your home assessment tells you what your home is worth, you may be off by tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it's not because somebody made a mistake. My name is Neb. I'm a veteran turned realtor helping people in the greater Vancouver and lower mainland areas. And today I'm going to show you why your home assessment is not what your home is worth and how you could save tens of thousands of dollars. Now we're going to break this down into three places. First, when are home assessments done? How are home assessments done? And how is that connected to the market value? And then I'm going to also show you how you can save tens of thousands of dollars. So let's talk about when are home assessments done? Well, in British Columbia, Canada, home assessments are actually completed in July of the previous year. Now, they're primarily done for the purposes of property taxes. They're actually not meant to tell you what your home can sell for. Now, why are these things important? Well, let me show you. All right, let's take a look at the market and give you an example of what I mean by this. So this is a perfect example of what's happened in the last year in the greater Vancouver, but it's the same pretty much everywhere. So let's go ahead to the July of previous year when they did the assessments. You could see here that the market is saying they're selling at about $1.96 million. That's when they did the assessments. But by the time you get it in January, you're already seeing it at 1.85. It's already $110,000 less in January. We're not even talking about when you're trying to sell it in March or April, right? Now you're saying, hey, Neb, this is historically a really slow market. All right, well, let's take it out a little bit more, okay? Well, why don't we take a look at just in the past 5 years? This is the craziness that happened in 2020, 2021. Obviously, you can see here in July, it's at about 1.77-ish. And by the time January rolls around, you're looking at over $200,000 almost. You sell it in March, look at that, over $2 million. And then you're saying, Neb, that's just the COVID times. Well, take a look at 2015. You can see here in 2015, the assessed value is probably looking at this and the market saying it is about 1.32. But by the time you're ready to hit in March, from 1.32 to 1.64. That was in 2015, 2016. So what does that tell us? That tells us that time between the assessed value assessments and what's happening in the market is very disconnected. So that means that if you're stuck on saying that, hey, my property assessment said is $1 million or $500,000, you're already behind the ball by about 6 to 12 months, depending on when you're looking at listing. Because really, you might be listing in the spring in March or April, and now you're almost 12 months behind. The second reason why your home assessment is different than the value of your home is because the way it's done. You see, home assessments are done by what's called a mass appraisal model. What that means essentially is that somebody in your neighborhood sells and it's gone up or down based on the previous year in the market, and all of a sudden they superimpose what that valuation is on all the homes in your neighborhood based on the lot size, size of your home, and age of your home. The problem is they don't actually walk into your home. They don't see the $30,000 you spent on renovating your kitchen. They don't see the roof you replaced about 3 years ago. They don't see the stunning landscaping you've done over the past 5-10 years. They don't actually capture all the nuances of your home. Sometimes I've been in neighborhoods where one home is assessed similar to another home, only different by about $10,000 or $15,000. The problem though is that one has a flat backyard and the other one has a bit of a slanted backyard, and it takes a huge hit because everybody wants this flat backyard. The other thing obviously is the views that that home actually captures. So because it's a mass appraisal model, it doesn't capture the nuances of each home. That's why your home assessment value is disconnected from the market valuation of your home. Now, in just over a minute, I'm going to tell you how you can save tens of thousands, if not over $100,000 in the sale of your home. But here's the part most homeowners overlook: supply and demand. Look, if there's a lot of competing homes that are trying to sell and there's very few buyers out there, what do you think is going to happen to the price of homes that are selling? You see, competition has a big impact on what you can get for the price of your home. At the end of the day, the market condition and the number of buyers out there has a huge impact on, because if you look at 2020, 2021, There weren't that many homes on the market and everybody was jumping in to try and buy a home. Prices went through the roof. Now there's a ton of inventory and there aren't that many buyers buying. So what's happening? Prices are going down. Do you think when they do your home assessments, they know how many homes are competing to sell? They don't. Home assessments are traditionally made to figure out how much property taxes to charge you. So how do you save tens of thousands of dollars? Make sure you look at the market condition, not at the assessed value. Because if the market is heating up, forget the assessed value. You're going to lose money if you're focused on it. And if your market is softening, forget the assessed value because you're going to lose money trying to stick to it. Take a look at the market condition, become what the market wants you to be. So if it's a seller's market, go buy first and then become a seller as a powerful seller. If it's a buyer's market, quickly sell your home and then become a powerful buyer because you're going to save all your money on the purchase. I hope that helps. I'm your local realtor, Neb, here to serve. Take care.